Supporters of former Ivorian President Laurent Gbagbo in Abidjan denounced the appeal of his acquittal by the prosecutor of the International Criminal Court. Speaking on Top Congo FM, the Minister of Primary, Secondary and Technical Education had announced that free basic education did not apply to grade 7 and 8, provoking anger and indignation in union circles. The Spanish national basketball team celebrated their World Championship win with hundreds of thousands of fans in the center of Madrid on Monday night and were later received by the King of Spain. That's all for our top stories. Stay tuned in this newscast. The prosecutor of the International Criminal Court appealed Monday against the acquittal of crime against humanity in January against former Ivorian President Laurent Gbagbo and his close friend Charles Blé Goudé. This decision provoked in Abidjan the protests of relatives of the two men who denounced a political harassment to keep them away from Côte d'Ivoire, where the presidential election is to take place next year.
C'est vous qui le dites, c'est un véritable acharnement.
This is a real harassment. There is no more profound, more correct, more word to express the actions of the prosecutor. Throughout the trial, we saw that the prosecutor Bensouda did not necessarily act with charge and discharge. Instead, she changed constantly, which is not her role.
Elle a plutôt agi constamment à charge, ce qui n'est pas son rôle.
Laurent Gbagbo was found not guilty of crime against humanity committed in 2010 and 2011 during the post-election violence in Côte d'Ivoire and released on conditions in February. The judges acquitted the two men without properly formulating and constantly applying a clearly defined standard of proof, said the ICC prosecutor.
Mais nous demeurons sereins.
We remain calm, and we also invite our activists, our supporters, and all those who are members of the coalition to remain peaceful. It is not enough to make an appeal. She must be able to provide new evidence that can change the matter, which we do not believe she can provide.
Belgium had agreed to welcome 73-year-old Laurent Gbagbo, who was released in January. He is currently on parole in Brussels, pending a possible trial on appeal. Mr. Blé Goudé lives in the Netherlands under similar conditions.
Let her leave him alone. Just let him go home. That's all we do expect.
Held in detention for more than 7 years, Laurent Gbagbo was tried for crime committed during the 2011 crisis, resulting from his refusal to cede power to his rival, the current Ivorian President Alassane Ouattara. Violence has killed more than 3,000 people in 5 months. He was arrested in April 2011 by the forces of the President Ouattara. He was the first former head of state to be handed over directly to the ICC. Willy Bakonga recalled that schools should not reimburse fees already collected by parents and asked them to continue to provide for teachers. A media outlet that set up many parents, some even accused Minister Bakonga of wanting to torpedo the vision of Felix Tshisekedi. This Tuesday, the Minister of Education returned to his remarks with some clarifications. Incentive fees have been eliminated from kindergarten to high school. Parents who have already paid for these fees in schools have to get their money back, said Willy Bakonga. According to him, parents of students will only pay the tuition fees that will be set by the provincial governors. In addition, Minister Bakonga stressed that the free provision for basic education initially concerned only primary from the 1st to the 6th grade, where everything is now taken over by the public treasury.
Algeria's trade balance recorded a deficit of $4.41 billion in the first 7 months of 2019 compared to $3.05 billion in the same period in 2018, according to latest figures from the Directorate General of Customs, broadcast this Monday, 16th September, through the official agency. Algerian exports reached $21.64 billion in the first 7 months of 2019, compared to $23.68 billion in the same period last year, a decrease of minus 8.59%. Imports reached $26.05 billion compared to $26.73 billion in the same period in 2018, a decrease of minus 2.52%. Hydrocarbons accounted for the bulk of Algerian sales abroad during the first 7 months of this year, accounting for 93.02% of the total volume of exports at $20.13 billion. Exports including hydrocarbons are still marginal at $1.51 billion, representing 6.98% of the total volume of exports.
2 prizes will be awarded in this competition. First, the Hydrocarbon Award with a 10 million envelope for the winner, and the Energy Award also with a 10 million CFA envelope, with the support of the Ministry of Petroleum and Renewable Energy for a better implementation of the selected projects. This prize is intended for natural, legal persons who have innovative projects in electrical energy, renewable energy, and hydrocarbons. These are projects that have already been developed or are in the process of being developed, said Ambrose Nyamen, chair of the prize working group. We are in partnership with the Ivorian Office of Intellectual Property. We will ensure that the ideas for the 10 finalists who will present their projects are registered to avoid any problem of piracy, reassured Minister Abdul Rahman Sise. Nominations are open for 2 months, from September 16 to November 16, 2019, on the department's website. The file will then be analyzed by the jury, which select 10 finalists for the 2 awards. After landing in Madrid, the Spanish basketball team was received by thousands of supporters who gathered by Plaza Colón to welcome their champions who defeated Argentina on Sunday. A meeting at the Palacio Real was held with the King Felipe de Bourbon to exchange and congratulate the whole team. The trophy and a medal were handed to the king for a traditional photo. The crowd waiting saw them coming through the streets of the city center on an imperial bus, singing and cheering, "Champions, we are champions." After the parade, Rubio and his teammate joined set the stage to finally celebrate with the thousands present. Supporters of former Ivorian President Laurent Gbagbo in Abidjan denounced the appeal of his acquittal by the prosecutor of the International Criminal Court. Speaking on Top Congo FM, the Minister of Primary, Secondary and Technical Education had announced that free basic education did not apply to grade 7 and 8, provoking anger and indignation in union circles. The Spanish national basketball team celebrated their World Championship win with hundreds of thousands of fans in the center of Madrid on Monday night and were later received by the King of Spain. That's the end of our newscast of the day, but keep watching G24 for more information.